Oh yeah. Oh, I had my mic muted. Can you guys hear me, or am I like really quiet? I think I had my mic muted. I think I have two mic recordings set up somehow. You can hear me great. Well, that's just awesome. It's gonna be a talking hands video today. Also, my camera has... This is gonna be really hard to do, but we're gonna try our best to capture everything. It's gonna be this most scuffed stream I've ever done. I'm gonna try to draw a map. This is gonna be a case study that you can use to say that even if you're not a good artist, that you could still make a map. Maybe. We'll see if people like this. It's not looking so good so far. Just checking, making sure everything's good. I was gonna wait for more people to show up so that I could get more chat input here. I do have a web page to show for what we're doing. We will be using this thing here. Let me go ahead and change the music up a little bit. Get like a chill thing going on here. Oh my god. If we don't get ads. There we go. Chat's gonna be covered up by this for a second. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know how to fit my camera on screen while also fitting this on screen. Maybe we move chat like that. I don't know. I can make it small, but I feel like it's going to be hard to read. You hate that YouTube added ads to live streams? Did they never do that before? I'm pretty sure they always had ads on live streams. At least from what I remember. Since I guess I don't really need my stream open. I'm gonna try to set everything up so that I can see everything. I hate that YouTube added ads. Yeah, me too. I remember when YouTube used to just be a fun website that people would make funny videos on, and now it's it's become corporate cringe. I just turned the gain up on my mic, so hopefully I'm not, you know, too loud. I don't like to talk super loud when I'm chilling. As a guy who really likes, what's it called? Who really likes ad blocks, I can't really say much because I hate ads too. They make me really angry. But it's the only way to get paid, unfortunately, as a YouTuber. That and sponsorships, but a sponsorship is essentially an unskippable ad. Okay, the boys are showing up. The boys are showing up. We like to see that. We got 3 of the boys in the chat. Okay, so I'm assuming you guys can see this unless you're Abernathy Shield Mage, because his Wi-Fi sucks and usually you can't see anything. So you might just be looking at a blurry piece of paper. Why am I using such weak dice? What do you mean weak dice? You know what? I'll insult you by writing down an insult on this piece of paper. You won't be able to see it because your Wi-Fi sucks. No, I was just kidding. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do here is with this chart right here, right there. Technically, we should roll for the size. Can you guys see this, or is this like blurry on your end? I don't know what this looks like on stream. It might be too small. Hit your router a few times. Actually, I'm gonna make chat a little bit smaller, like this, and I'm gonna make this bigger. And that way, I don't know. It's gonna look somewhat cringe either way, but you know. What are you gonna do, right? Maybe I'll make this slightly bigger. There we go. Whatever I can do to make it a little bit easier to see the map. And then you guys are gonna come up with the story, and you're gonna make everything for me while I just, you know, I don't do any of the work. You guys are gonna do all the work for me. No. I'm gonna have to shittily draw this thing. I'm thinking, though, we should probably make this a cave or some deep tunnels because I'm terrible at drawing. I can't draw perfect squares, so. Free labor! Free labor. Okay, so we'll start here. Why not? I think we got like 3 people, right? Three dudes in the chat right now. The ancestors didn't die for this. Okay, so the first thing you're supposed to do in SHADOWDARK is you use D10s to determine what the room is, and wherever they land on the paper is what you're supposed to draw around. That's like where the rooms are on the map. I'm dropping dice. So like if a D10 would land up here, I'd draw a room up there, and then I'd have to try to connect it to whatever other D10. But also there's a chart that tells you what the number on the D10 means. You following me? You feel me? So I think we need 5 D10s for this. They're going to be a little bit harder to see. Let me pick some like higher visibility ones maybe. My camera's going to keep going in and out of focus apparently too. Maybe if I turn this on. Yeah, that's no. It's making it worse. It's going to be slightly crooked now. There we go. Lamo, non-metal dice. I don't have enough metal dice to roll 5 D10s for this. He'd make a fantastic corpo. Where are my dragon stat blocks, DM? I retired from making stat blocks actually. It's just not. There's just no money in it. JK, lol. Get wrecked, kid. Alright, so I'm going to roll these very satisfyingly onto this paper here. My camera is like slowly migrating northwards. Wait, hold on. I gotta make sure it's straight. As straight as a dick. Let me move it back a little bit. Move this up a little bit. Okay, that's okay. I think that's okay. I need to stop screwing with it because I'm just going to keep messing it up further. We didn't give you permission to retire. Okay, son, listen here. Listen here, son. You don't tell Dad when he gets to retire, okay? Alright, so let's roll these here. Let's see where they land. I have to make sure they don't go off. They don't go off the paper. I want like a margin. So I want like... I want them to like stay in this general area. Somehow. I don't know how I'm going to keep them from doing that. Without other random objects that I have that... Okay. I don't like how far off this one is, so I'm going to actually cheat a little bit just by moving it over. Alright. So we got... So it looks like our dungeon's going to go like this, which is going to be a little weird. Oh no, I say when we're done. Yes. You guys are evil. You guys are chaotic evil tonight. Alright, so now with how these are laid out here, I'm gonna be one of those YouTubers that just like talks with my hands, and it feels really weird because I'm like a face YouTuber. Just here for the GigaChad quality comments from Archivist. Okay, man. Okay, hey, okay, son, listen here. If I have to get into the camera like this so you can see me, I will. Alright, so I'm thinking we're gonna make this... What type of map should we make this? We have a cave, a tomb, deep tunnels, or ruins. I kind of want to do a cave. Or should I let the D6 decide what I make? I should have probably rolled this beforehand. I'm gonna roll this D6 and it's gonna tell me what type of dungeon to make. Look at that. It happened. It's a 2. It's a cave. Alright, so we're going to make a cave. So let me... We're going to write cave map. I haven't really used pencils since, since high school, so it was faded all along, yes. Alright, so according to the room type thing that you can see on the chart here, we have, let me move these off here. Actually, hold on a second. I want to do this to try to make sure I stay within like a margin. And I don't have a ruler, so I'm a little bit scuffed. So we're gonna have to do something like that. It's gonna look terrible. It's alright. It's quality content, actually. I don't want to go beneath this line here. So we're gonna, we're gonna make a ghetto margin across the whole border of this paper. Now I need to write down a 1 here. We got a 9 right here. We got a 5 right here. And then we got a 5 right here. Oops, that was a 5. Then we got a 4 up here. Love subterranean environments, especially ones with glowing crystals and massive mushrooms. Me too. I like the Underdark a lot. The Underdark's pretty sick. Alright, let me draw another thing here. Let's see if I can do this without screwing anything up. I need some more backlog maps, so I figured, you know what better place to do this than on stream, so I'm not just staring at my monitor doing nothing for like 8 hours straight, because I get distracted so easily. Alright, there we go. We're gonna try to make a map in this little box, just like this. This is a big margin on top. I didn't mean for it to be that. Okay, well, we're gonna have to roll with it. I don't know how well, you guys probably can't really see what I'm doing right now, but I'm not a professional. I don't know how people paint miniatures on stream. This shit has to suck so bad. Alright, draw lines like that. Where is, okay, first of all, where is my Brazilian friend? He always shows up to the streams. Get this man a ruler. Holy, hey, look what I just did. I just made it's not perfect, but it's a square. This is a stream to show you that you don't have to be an artist to make a map. This is what, the worse I do, the better it actually is going to be for my study. So as you can see here, I don't have a very good, I'm not very good at drawing. And it's definitely crooked and it's slanted. It's going like this. It's just a happy little accident, is what it actually is. So... And if I flip my camera up, it's actually upside down, so I'll look like I'm in Australia if you see my face. Okay. What was I gonna do? Do I need to fix this? Is this gonna make people with OCD like lose their mind? Holy shnikes. It's gonna shake the camera when I erase stuff, I also just realized. I don't want to wipe this stuff with my hand because I don't like getting eraser shavings all over me. I'm not delusional. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. You know why I'm not able to talk properly? It's because I haven't opened this yet. Oh yeah, there we go. Swat him. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, hold on a second. Let me fix this. Let me fix this without a ruler. Oh yeah, this is how Gary Gygax used to make maps, I'm sure. Just like this. He probably drew the whole Tomb of Horrors just like this. Yep, okay, let me erase some of this here. My fat hands right in the way. Alright, so I'm stalling for a reason, because I wanted chat to help me figure out what was going to be in each room here. So, if you look on the room type thing, right over here, look at this chart here, class, right here. It says room type. Do you see that, you blind assholes? Bro's making the sussiest of comments. I'm gonna make this dungeon to kill players if you guys don't stop. No, I'm just kidding. This is gonna be a meat grinder if you guys don't quit. So anyways, what I was saying was, it's better, mods delay that swatting. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. Alright, so according to the room type, room number 1 is empty. So we're gonna say, I guess this will be like the entrance right here, because it's empty. Ah, oh, hell, you guys can't even see the numbers. Let me see. Does that help at all? It's too dark not like that though. Alright, you can see the numbers a little bit. So number 1, I'll keep the die here. Ah, fuck. I'll keep the die here so you can see that is a number 1. Gary just turned and did a backflip in his grave. No, he didn't. He would be happy. He would be happy that somebody's hand drawing a map, actually, I feel like. So, it says this is an empty room. And I guess we're making a cave, so the cave's probably gonna go, you know, like this, and then maybe we'll add another room up here. You think we should add like one more room up here just so it's not like a straight line, because that's a little boring. You sussy bakas. What if I don't want to turn the light down towards this, because if I do that, then you really can't see it. If I turn the light down just a little bit. Go like that, maybe. Secret rooms are always a yes. I didn't say a secret room, I just said a room. No, I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, we can make it a secret room, why not? Let's hope it's not an empty room. So I want this to be like up here, but I don't want this to roll off the table. So we're gonna make a little box for it like that. And now we're gonna roll this. Okay, 9. That's a 9. Okay, we got a 9. So let's put a 9. 9, like that. We got another 9 down here. I'll underline that. I have a lot of... This was a 5. So we got 1, 9, 9, 5, 5, 4. Okay. That's a 6. Don't you lie to us. You see that line right there, Sonny? That's a 9. Okay. Listen, you guys are supposed to be giving me ideas. You're not supposed to be memeing this whole chat. That's not your assignment. You're supposed to be giving me ideas here. What was I doing? I lost my train of thought here. Let me get this Discord shit out of my way. Is the line denoting the top of the number? The line is denoting the bottom of the number. My dear boy, it's always been like that. It's not your fault you're so memorable. Alright, ideas. Yes. Okay, so the room number 1 is empty, so this is going to be the entrance right here. Now, I'm really bad with making maps because I never know where to put a second entrance. Like, when I look at, like, Kelsey's maps or other maps, I have to use my hands to talk. I don't know where to put another entrance. You know what I mean? Mimics in the treasure cave. Okay, that's cool. Maybe I should do like an ideas paper or something. I do have a paper underneath this, but I don't want to move it. Okay, let me just start drawing like the cave or something. I'll just like make it just like a happy little accident. We're gonna go something like that. How's that look? Do you guys approve of this? Look at that. Oh my god, I'm a genius. It's hard to see. I'm trying to figure out, I don't know how people do this. How do people record this stuff? Okay, that's a little better. It's just, it's hard to see, I feel like. Let me zoom in a little bit. Cut the margins off because you don't need to see the margins. I was looking up how to zoom in, but it didn't really work out, unfortunately. Alright, let me turn this back up. Not too bright. Turn it away. Turn it up. Face the monitor, maybe? Ah, hell. Nothing I do helps. It's too bright. That's fine, I guess. You guys are going to have to use your imagination. Okay, hold on. Let me read the chat here. You could have an entrance from above where the players drop down into a starting room from a trapdoor. Okay, that's a good idea. I think if I do that, that should be somewhere over here, maybe. Perhaps there's another entrance in that bottom left area with a tunnel leading to the space over here. Yeah, let's just add another die in there, I think. I don't have any other high visibility D10s, unfortunately. I don't think. I mean, I probably do, but they're in the bottom of a gigantic bin. Okay, we'll just roll. Which one looks easier to see? Does this look easy to see? Okay, I can actually see those. Alright, so we'll roll something down in here. I don't want this to go into the margin. I want this to stay like somewhere in here. Another 9, bro. What is 9? Treasure. That's too much treasure. I don't want the players to get that rich. I feel like it's too much treasure. Who's this dude? What's up, sad bandits? How's it going? Who's this dude? This is my good friend. This is Sad Bandits. He's a longtime friend that I met playing League of Legends, and basically, you know, we've been best buds for a long time. I don't think I agree with this being. I'm gonna move it like down here somewhere. I don't think I agree with this being another treasure room. I feel like we have too many treasure rooms. I kind of want to make this a trap. You know what? Maybe this is just like a money dungeon. We'll leave it. We'll see if we can come up with a reason. So I'm gonna label these rooms. I think we're just gonna call it like A, B, C, D for now, and then. So this will be A. Also, is the music? Can you guys hear the music, or is it too low? I just also realized because I did edit the music settings earlier. R.I.P. Arcane. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I can still hear it. Okay. Well, that's good. As long as you can hear it, but like also hear me. That's the thing I was afraid of. I did turn the gain up on my mic and I moved it in the front of me. The show was butchered in season 2. Well, Shane would know. He's an expert on League of Legends. He plays every champion. He likes to do gutter balls with Lilia. Yeah, Lilia. It's been a while since I played. You know what also we could do? We could also make another entrance over here, coming to this room, if we wanted to. But then again, like, I don't know, this is almost just like turning into a battle royale. Like, we could just do like 4 snaking tunnels, but that's kind of weird, isn't it? Then the players can just get out too easily, I feel like. But then again, monsters can come in really easily. I don't know. Okay, anyways, let's do... Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to cohesively turn this into a story. But we'll see here. Move this away. What if I put this, like, up here? And then I turn it all the way up. Yeah, that's better. I think that looks okay. Money cave for SHADOWDARK. That's the problem. I don't think we want to give them that much money. We don't like player characters. We want them to suffer and cry because the game's too hard. And then say OSR games are trash. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm going to change this into a... We have 2 solo monsters here. I'm gonna change this into a hazard. We're gonna do a minor hazard. Maybe we'll put like a river, like a river going through here or something. I know, I'm sorry guys, I have to make it a little bit. As a moderator, I demand that you reduce that to a hazard. I just did. Look at that. Oh cool, he actually is. I see, I had the idea before you even had the idea. Let me make sure this is looping. Okay. Alright, so... I'm stalling. I'm stalling because I was hoping people were going to show up, but nobody likes me anymore. Okay, so we got room A. This is an empty room. I'm Joseph Stalin? I don't think I'm Joseph Stalin. I should have got another piece of paper to write this stuff down on so I didn't have to move this. Hold on a second. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to stream. Look at that. Alright, now I can remember. Now I can remember what room is what. So, room A. I'm going to write down room A. Room A equals empty room. Okay, so I got that written down. You guys don't have to worry about that. Now, what I could also do here is I could also make the cave snake up this way. And then that way there's just a bunch of different branching pathways instead of just one. Or I could just keep this a secret room. It's just kind of weird that you're going into a treasure room right away. But here's the thing. So if I scroll down here, you'll see for treasure rooms, this is a little bit cut off now because let me do that. I have to make it a little smaller again. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. So for the treasure room, if you look at the chart here, where we're like right there. It's so hard to look at the camera and move my thing. Right there, the second row there. Okay, so we're gonna roll. It says a D6, and it'll say if it's hidden or if it's guarded by monsters, protected by a trap. Okay, 6. So number 9 is a treasure room that is protected by a trap. Alright, so I'm going to do room B. It's a trap. Bah, banished 2 and AD as soon as he rolled XD. Oh, banished to an ad. Whoops. That was the hazard that I rolled, that you got banished to watch an ad. Alright, so we're gonna just draw. You guys ready to watch this expert Bob Ross level drawing here? And then we'll leave a space there. Like that. Oh my god, that's crazy. Actually no scoped. Alright, let me put a B right here. So this is a B, although you guys can't really see it because the camera sucks. Alright, so I'm leaving the die here so you guys know what room is what number. So that's that. Let me write this B a little better. B for buh. There we go, look at that. It's all smudged. Whatever. Whatever, so sue me. So now for the traps. I know there is a trap thing. Now I have to look it up real quick on a different tab. Or let me just open up a separate thing. Is this a map for miniatures of miniatures? No, this is a map for the Dungeon Master. The players will not see this. Because on a table, when you have your grid laid out, what I think it's best to do for something like SHADOWDARK, especially with torchlight, is you can only see so much around you. So this tells the DM like the general reference for how this is laid out. And then when they're on the table, he can like kind of just draw like, okay, here's a wall here. As you walk 5 feet up this way, then he draws a wall. Then they start walking. I should have got some miniatures for this, just to have them on. I do have a dragon miniature, but it's so far away, and I'd have to stand up, and I'm too lazy to stand up. Hold on, let me just try to find this. You're distracting me. I have ADHD. Stop weaponizing it against me. Let me go to Game Master. Let me go to... Where is it? There's something in here that tells me traps. Okay. So the trap that's in this room... I'm about to start having you guys roll for this stuff. Wouldn't that be fun? Then we can interact with each other. Cox ADHD gun. Okay, somebody roll me... I'm going to make you guys roll, because I'm doing too much work. So somebody roll me a D12. Get your dice out. You know, get ready to roll a D12. Tell me what you get. And don't cheat either, because I'll know if you're cheating. And if you roll a 12, you're cheating. Six. Okay, he rolled a 6. Now, Archivist, you're also a player, so feel free to join in at any time. Okay, so you rolled a 6. So this is going to be a slicing blade trap. So you see, for the rooms as I'm making them, I'm writing out on a separate piece of paper here. So we're going to do trap, semicolon, slicing blade. And now for the trigger, roll the D12 again. Oh, Archivist got a 10, so we'll say hook on a thread is how the trap is triggered. Triggered by hook on thread. Alright, so now we gotta roll one more time. So we got, it's a slicing blade triggered by hook on thread. We gotta roll one more time to figure out how much damage it does. What going on? We are, I was waiting for you, Nearly Righteous Lad. I'm disappointed you weren't here at the beginning. We're doing a SHADOWDARK dungeon. I rolled the die out earlier, and then we're going to draw it, and then you guys are going to help me make what's in the dungeon on stream. And we'll hopefully do this before 1 a.m. my time. But knowing us, knowing my chat, I know all you chuds aren't going to help me make this properly, and it's going to take me until 1 a.m. to make this. A delicious dungeon meal. If I do that, you guys can kind of see. What if I do this, but I turn the brightness up on my webcam? Filters. Do we have a brightness filter? Luma key, render delay. What the hell does all this mean? You meant to say chads. No, I meant to say chuds, because it's a funny word. Never mind. You guys, you know what? You guys can see enough. You have to pay the subscription fee to see more. Okay, somebody roll me a d12. I need to know how much damage this does. You're a funny word. We need the damage for this at the end here. For this wound right here. There's a slicing blade triggered by a hook on a thread. But I need you to roll a d12, please. He's breaking out the microtransactions. That's actually EA and Ubisoft. Nine. Holy crap, does 3d10 damage? A thread. 3d10 damage. Put a B for damage for some reason, I don't know why. DMG. Alright, so in this room it is a treasure room with a slicing blade trap that is triggered by a hook on thread, and it does 3d10 damage. That is very deadly for SHADOWDARK. That's very, very scary, actually. So, I don't know what we'll call this room, but now we have to go back here because it doesn't tell us what the treasure is. So, turn upper torso into red mist. Am I lysdexic? I am a little bit. Did I read that wrong? I don't think I read that wrong. You're making me second guess myself. Should we roll randomly for the treasure, or should we figure out like what's in this room, how it's in this room? Actually, yeah. How is the treasure in this room? Like, is it gonna be like just in a chest in the middle of the room, and it's like there's like a beam of light coming from the ceiling? And like if you open the chest, the slicing blade comes down. How much HP does an adventurer have? Very low amounts. Like a fighter at level 1 is like they have like 8 hit points if they're lucky. They might even have 1. Dead guy with loot on him. Curiously splayed open by some large blade. Okay. I like that. I wish I had a way to like write this while you guys could see me, but I cannot, because if I move the die, it's gonna like get kind of fucky. You're supposed to be able to do this with the die. The die are supposed to be like the... Oh, maybe I can. Hold on. I'm gonna move the die off for a second here. I know, I'm sorry. Alright, you guys can kind of see that anyways. Cat hair. Alright. Let me write this down. So, a little fucky wucky. Alright, so in this room, there's a dead guy. We're gonna put dead guy splayed open. Curiously, probably by the trap. The trap. Now, what treasure does he have on him? That's what we have to figure out now. Let me open up a third tab, and we'll go see. I don't know what level this dungeon will be for currently, but I guess we'll just make it up on the fly. So let's go to treasure. Should we put like an actual magic item or just like some gold in here? Give him an expensive breastplate. I like that you kept my wording, Keck. This could be a gauntlet. This would kind of be like a funny gauntlet because it's not like too long, but it's like taking 3d10 damage is pretty funny. It would be cool to put like a magic item in. Alright, so let's look here. How about nah, that's like way too strong. This would be kind of cool right here. An amulet of vitality. How about we do a breastplate with the effect of amulet of vitality on it? And that's like ironic because the guy that had it on is dead. Your constitution stat becomes 18 while wearing this amulet. Something cool, nothing lame. Well, I don't know what the fuck what is lame to you? Lame to you might be cool to me. Alright, we're gonna do, let's figure, hold on, we can even, okay, so it'll have that stuff on it, but we can actually use that other chart to figure out what's special about it. Magical, let me write down. This doesn't make sense technically if he's splayed open curiously, probably by the trap, and he's wearing a magical breastplate, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, so, breastplate of vitality. How about a magically mundane item? Let me see here. There's a chart for, yes, here we go. Hold on, let me find the armor benefits. Do they not have one for armor? Yes, they do. Okay. So I feel like we should roll 2d6 to see if the armor has a bonus on it. Since this is like, that's like such a deadly trap, I feel like it should be something pretty good. Somebody roll 2d6s for me. Oh, there's no breastplates in this game also. So roll me, we'll figure out what type of armor it is. Roll me 2d6 for the armor type. Chat, I said roll me 2d6 for the armor plate. Don't make me ask again. Could say the breastplate only covers the chest. Okay, got an 8 altogether, so that would be a shield. Well, you know what? A shield doesn't make sense for this. I'm on the phone. Got a 6 and a 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plate mail. Alright. Plate mail of vitality. This is going to be a very OP item. Actually, it's kind of busted. Plate mail of vitality. Roll a d20 for me. We're gonna see what the feature of the armor is according to this chart right here. So tell us what feature the armor has. The armor. We're supposed to be making this together, so actually I tell you what to do. Idea for later in the dungeon. Thunder shield. You clang it. You clang on it and shoot forward. That's very strong in SHADOWDARK. I don't think I would make that an item. I got an 8 again. Keck. Okay. It's made of scorpion chitin. Alright, that's pretty cool. Hold on. Plate mail. of scorpion chitin, CHITIN, made of scorpion chitin, plate mail. Okay, hold on a second, we're losing our minds here. Plate mail of vitality, made of scorpion chitin. I really don't think it needs an armor bonus because that's already incredibly strong. Yeah, I don't think it needs anything else. Although giving it a curse would actually balance it out. So let's give it a curse, actually. Roll a d12, somebody. The players have been bad and must be punished. Well, what I'm saying is that shield is too strong to give to the players because 2d6 in an area in Shadowdark is like, that's like OP. Because Fireball only does 4d6 in this game, and that's a 3rd level spell. You got 12, unironically. You take double damage from silvered weapons. Okay. Curse. Left to right, like curse. I'm running out of room. I don't know how to fit all this over here. It's cursed. Let me do this. Cursed. 12. We'll just do that for now, and then I'll figure this out. I'll like put that. No joke. I will send the roll. Okay, so we got a dead guy in here. I can't really draw a skull and crossbones, but I'll try. We should probably do it right in the middle of the room. Maybe it's like a giant sweeping thing that just goes across the room or something like that. So like, because there's nothing that tells you how big this chamber is either. So let me put these back here so you guys know what we're doing. Let me also go back to this screen here. Alright. It was supposed to tell me what the minor hazard was, but we just came up with it anyways. Yo, make the ghost of the dead guy haunt the new wearer. That would be pretty funny. Maybe we'll do that. We'll just do like big X. And then we'll point. Do trap. Trap! Okay, now we're gonna draw up to this room here. And if we remember correctly, coming back up here, this is a number 5. So this is gonna be a solo monster. I really want to put a golem, but then again, the room right next to it is also a solo monster, so we have to do 2 creatures that maybe complement each other. Oh, lad, that's brilliant. And also we got to figure out how we're gonna get up here, because this is like so far away. Maybe. Uh-oh, I don't remember what I had right here. Somebody rewind the stream. What number did I have right here? I think it was a 4, right? Yeah, I think it was a 4. It was a 4. I remember, because it was supposed to be a minor hazard. We could make this, like, this room over here can be like a large flooded chamber, and maybe if they swim up the river, they get to the secret room here. The secret room. Good idea. Well, hell yeah. Okay, so first of all, we have to figure out how we're gonna do these 2 rooms. And there's really not gonna be doors in here, I would imagine, so let's just start drawing something like this. I know how to do this. Maybe we'll do something like this, actually. Go like that. So there's a big monster in this room. Number 5. So this will be AB, this will be C. Alright, so I don't think there's a way to determine what monster's in the room. We do get to roll to see like what type of monster it is though, so alright. We need to do 2 separate D6 rolls, and we're gonna figure out what type of solo monster we have here. Undyne Spirit into Wada. So for SHADOWDARK, I want to try to stick with what's in the book because I am not 100% sure how to make custom monsters and balance them properly. So we'll try to use stuff that's in the book. Baba booey, ba baba booey, ba 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 booey. You can't say that to a mod, Abernathy. I might have to ban you for that useless grovel. You guys are being problematic because you're not rolling. So I'm gonna have to roll for us now. Alright, so this is what type of monster this will be. Alright, so it is going to be a sneaky pariah. Somebody define what the term pariah means, because I actually don't know what that means. Are you sure you want to ban 1/3 of the chat? Sneaky pariah solo monster. Some outcast. Pariah is an outcast, so it's a sneaky outcast. Okay. Oh, what's up, Jonathan? He's here. Holy shit, he's actually here, guys. We have Jonathan, our legendary member. Let me do room C. C equals solo monster. Sneaky pariah. He's been excommunicated and or thrown out of society. Okay. Damn, we can't do a golem then, because that wouldn't make sense. Because golems aren't sneaky. I really want an excuse to use a ginormous, like, just absolute monster. Make him a cannibalism fan. But we could definitely do that. I think an ogre. Well, no, because ogres aren't sneaky. Well, let's look here. Hold on. Let's go to monsters. We could also generate some like random monsters. That would be pretty cool. Monster mutations. A really depraved human. See, the thing is with, I guess just a person by himself could be pretty deadly. In SHADOWDARK. I was just thinking, like, for solo monsters, I like big guys, because big guys are fun. Because players don't get to be big guys. I don't know if we have anything that really, oh, there's the on-keg, by the way. An on-keg would actually be pretty good in here. But then again, that can't really be an outcast. We could make some mutations on an on-keg. What happens when the party of Babas, when they should have buoyed? What happens with the party Baba, when they should have buoyed? Well, when that happens, unfortunately, you end up dying in this game. It's really important to Baba and not buoy, because Baba's the more efficient tactic. On-kegs are OP. IIRC. Well, they do have like an assassin, but I want to do like, I don't know. You know, a basilisk would also be pretty fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty like you guys do not want to fight a basilisk in SHADOWDARK. That thing is like literally just an instant kill machine. Literally, it's terrifying. I shouldn't be showing my players this because 2 of you play in my SHADOWDARK games. Make a possessed cannibal for Pete's sake. Well, I need to pick a thing first before I make it. Okay, we're gonna do a bugbear. We're gonna make it a possessed bugbear. Cannibal. He's been excommunicated from his tribe. So let's go to the back here. Now, I'm gonna write this stuff down. I'm gonna try to write this stuff down in a reasonable fashion, but I'm terrible with this, so hold on. Bug bear. Somebody tell me how to spell cannibal. C-A bugbear. C-A-N-N-I-B-A-L. Hey, my spell checker doesn't work, guys. My iPad's not working. High fives sock. Can't wait to metagame with this info. I'm gonna kill all of you. In Minecraft, YouTube. I'm gonna do that in Minecraft. In Minecraft, don't demonetize me. Okay, so we got a bugbear cannibal. We got AC 12. AC 12. We got HP 14. 14. That's gonna have to be way higher. How about we make the HP like 30? I think that make it like 30. Because he needs to be like a big dude. 27. We'll call it an even 27. Okay, HP 27. We'll do ATK. TKS. Hold on a second. This thing irritates me in SHADOWDARK because the stats aren't up towards the top. I don't have bugbears in my setting. They goofy as fuck. Chat, clip that. Alright, hold up. I mean, if you run them properly, I don't think they're super goofy. They can be pretty brutal. We'll just do this like D&D. So S D C I W for Wumbo, and then we got CH. So we got strength +3, dex +0, weirdly enough. I thought bugbears are supposed to be stealthy. C is +1. God damn it, Anthony. I didn't give myself space. Alright, dex is at 0, okay? 0. Okay, we're just gonna do D, C. Let me just underline these. Okay, DC, C is 1 +1. And then we got I can't underline I really, but we'll underline it anyways. That's a -1. Okay, then we got W with an underline for Wumbo +0. And then we got CH for charisma. And that's going to be a -2. And then we'll just do like alignment up here. AL is chaotic, and it is a level It says it's a level 3, but I don't think it's going to be a level 3. It's going to be something else. Alright, hold on. Let me read the chat here. I don't know the lore on bugbears, but aren't they just bigger goblins? They're kind of bigger goblins, but I see them more as like Sasquatch. Supposedly, they could definitely be even more savage than regular goblins. They pretty much, I mean, they kind of are. They're just like, they're more like brutish, human-sized goblins with like way more strength, I would imagine. Hey, cheers to that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I need to write down the attacks. 2 spiked mace attacks. Alright, let me do ATK attack, 2 spiked. This would just be a morning star. Why is it not a morning star? Spiked mace. +2. Got +2, and it does 1d6. I should put the movement up here also. MV near. I didn't. Why'd I put the AC as 12? It should be 13. 13, and I'll do a parentheses S, so he's shielded. Give him some Ettercap eggs. He doesn't need to be high. For a while, they were almost like people. Now they're horrible subhumans with like 30 IQ. I played a level 1 bard that got one-shotted by a bugbear. He nat 20'd and then rolled a nat 1 on a death save. Oh, man. Yeah, because they do double damage with their brute. They do double the die worth of damage. Hold on a second. Mace +2. Okay, so for this guy, we should roll on the charts to make like custom monsters. So let me do something like that. Like monster mutations. Alright, let's do some stuff on here. Let's make it weird. I've never done this before, so we're gonna do this together. Alright. Get your D12s out. Okay, children, D12s. These die, they have 12 sides on them, in case you didn't know. Because I know all of you are, a little bit acoustic, so this is a 12-sided die right here. I'm just kidding. Somebody roll me a D12, alright? I'm not gonna ask again! I rolled a 12. You know, you guys are really just cheating. There's no way you're rolling that many 12s. Alright, this bugbear has wings, according to this monster mutation chart, so... where do I want to write these at? Let's do it, just mutations. Mutations. We got wings. I'm just gonna see the first number that I see whenever you guys roll a d12. Somebody else roll another d12 because we got to get the second mutation. So it's got wings right here, you can see. Neither do I, man. Oh my god, you guys are plebs. We got an 8. It has a life-draining touch. That's pretty sick. Touch. Alright. Now we got... I rolled a 3. Tyler, you don't have dice, do you? Alright, so we're gonna go with a 3 for the last one, and he's also telepathic. Everybody say hi to the Keebler Prince. Say it right now. I'm not kidding. Say it right now. I'm gonna look at you as upside down DM Dungeon Mastery. Say it right now. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. I think we're good. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I screwed it up. I screwed it up for the meme. There we go. Focus, you bastard. There we go, okay. I'm using digital. I'll buy some for you, brother. No, I have dye. Oh, you're talking about you. You're gonna buy some for yourself just to get street cred. Ah, an Aussie. Yeah. I'm talking to you guys in upside down right now because I had to do that so you guys could see the map. And now it's fucking crooked because my camera is garbage. Like that. That's fine. Yep. Yes. Oh, his face was hideous. Time that guy out. Time that guy out. Time him out for 30 seconds so he learns his lesson. Ha 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 ha. I had to make a whiz save. You know, every joke that you make gives the boss that you guys are going to fight 10 more hit points, so keep it up. Okay, so we have our Bugbear Cannibal here. I'll do all this stuff later. I'll figure out how to implement that into a stat block later. Maybe I could do it now. Once again, my cool jokes don't show. Well, I did have to ban you, so obviously that's why they're not showing. Let me see. Where do we have a life-draining touch from? Something in here has a life-draining touch. I think the white has one. Let me see. 1 second. Monster. Let's look at the white, guys. Let's see if the white has a life-draining touch. Ah, it does have a life-draining touch. Okay. Now, what does that use? It makes 3 death touch attacks. It's a +6. Where does the 6 come from? I don't know. We'll just do it. We'll just make it a +2. Or 2. We'll do 1 life drain. Or 1 life drain. And this should do 1d10 plus life drain. Damn, I'm gonna have to add something. Let me see. I'm gonna buy some 200 dice and be super snobby. It was just the N word again. It's a Memphis original. Oh, this is a Wraith, not a white. What am I looking at? Don't they have whites? Wait a minute. A Wraith. Oh, they're under undead, maybe? Where is it? I used the white before. Oh, right there. White. Life drain. Okay, I see. Okay, I'll do this later, okay? Are they metal dice stock? Okay, so we got this so far. Now we got to connect this room. I'm thinking maybe I just make this a 3-way intersection. Something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I gotta check. Yeah, the dungeon needs choices. Let me do... What is 4 supposed to be? Hold on. 4 is a minor hazard. Oh, that's right. I wanted this to be a flooded chamber. I already decided I wanted this to be a flooded chamber. So I'm gonna do something like this. Maybe. Just gonna make a gigantic room like this. Gonna tie it back in like that. Actually looking kind of sick, not gonna lie. This will be room... We'll do this will be like room D. This will be like a flooded chamber. And then this is where we'll make the water be like a dotted line, and it'll come up here. You should really let me know what you need me to 3D print for you after the stream. Well, I don't really know if I need anything 3D printed at the moment, although it would be cool to get some more stuff to paint, because I have a bunch of paints that I want to use. Yeah, the dungeon needs choices. I've read that already. Maybe there's a trail of moss and fungus from the moisture that increases down one of the hallways, and inside is some hostile plants and maybe some bodies with loot in there. That's a good idea. I like that. That'll give us some plants. Black mold. Yeah, I like black mold too. Should I just make this whole room, should it just be like water up to here? And then if you come in through here, there's like a lake outside of the dungeon. You can sail in, and then you come up on the shore right here, right? How does that sound? Does that sound cool or nah? Say again? I wasn't listening to him. You know, I bring you guys here to have a fun time, and you don't even listen to me. No. Okay, so listen. I want to put water in this room, okay? Water, H2O. And what I wanted to do was, should I make the entire room filled with water up to this line here, and outside of the dungeon, there's a lake outside, and you can get a rowboat and sail into the dungeon here. And that's the hazard of this room. And then if you were a crazy diving character, I'm gonna make a dotted line that goes underneath of everything all the way up to room 9, which is where the secret treasure room will be, where there will probably be some sort of aquatic monster. Is the water fluoridated? Make them lose 1 whiz. Okay, we're gonna do water. I don't know how to make a shoreline, but we're gonna do something like that. Shit. How do I... I don't know how to draw water, dude. I don't know how to draw. Brother. Brother, ew, I don't know how to draw. And then we'll do we're gonna do an arrow. Like this. So it just shows that you can come in from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm doing. And now I'm gonna do a dotted line like this. And this is like a subterranean agua cavern that goes like this into this room up here, which will be just like its own self-contained chamber or something. And we're gonna make this like a big like boss fight room or something like that. Do like a little island. I wish I knew how to draw like good, because I really cannot draw for the life of me. Alright, we're gonna do another dotted line thing like this. And it'll come up in here, and this will be like kind of filled with water. Maybe this is the only landmass right here. This will be like landmass. Landmass. We're gonna move this 9 out of the way. I'm gonna move this 9 over here. We're gonna call this A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We'll call this room G. G for G. Alright, so this will be G. This will also be 9. Oh, let me read here. There's some good map drawing tips on YouTube. Pocket of air on the way could look cool with some glowing fungus on it. Well, if I could draw a glowing fungus, that would be, you know, pretty sick, but I can't draw. I mean, I could put like another, just like a tiny room here or something. Flooded chamber. We're gonna do like underground. Waterway. We'll do like an arrow like this. It'll say flows underneath. Flows underneath. So you know where this goes. Wubba wubba weeba. Comes all the way up here. Bob's your uncle. I mean, you don't gotta draw it. Just make a small note about it. But this is SHADOWDARK. Nearly righteous lad. The person should have to make like 3 con checks to swim up through here. And also the players should have to take their armor off if they wanted to go up through here also. That's how you get them. You make them take their armor off. Let me do another entrance arrow like this over here, so they know this is an entrance arrow. So we got entrance arrow, entrance arrow, entrance arrow, entrance arrow. Could have a hidden burial chamber in that hidden room. Some ancient barbarian warlord. I think a giant aquatic serpent-like monster should be in here. But I want there to be... maybe it shouldn't be a circle. Maybe I should make like the shore something like this, maybe. Or should I leave it a circle? Just sent you some of his work, DM. Great, now let me open up Discord here. Whoa, that's crazy. Earlier, I recommended an Undine, a water spirit. Yes, but I don't think they have Undines in SHADOWDARK's books currently. I don't want to try to make a fully custom monster, although I can try. I mean, we can try. Hot Blue Babe. Yeah, they have. I have one of those in the Kobold Press book, actually. Alright, so we got, so far, we got these rooms here. Okay, so for this room here, should it be just a circle, like an alligator type thing, where it's like just a little landmass, or should it just be like half the room is water? Because I want this to be like a boss room. Like there should be like some crate. Like I know that you have to swim through all this to get here, and it's a pain in the ass, but we have to be pretty cruel. Half the room, maybe. Okay. I see what you're doing. Alright, half the room. Let me minimize that. We no, BB. Okay, we'll just do half the room then. We'll do like something like that. We'll make it like uneven. I just need to know how to draw water from like the top down perspective. Like, I don't know if I should like something like that, maybe, like, you know, just I don't fucking know. I don't know how to draw, bro. I'm just gonna try my best, okay? Just do like little lines like that. That looks terrible. Okay. My skills don't match my tastes. That's basically what my problem is. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what that feels like? You're like kind of like a perfectionist, and you like wish you were good, but you're not really that good. That's what it feels like to try to be good at something. But you know, like Bob Ross said, it's just a happy little accident. Keep in mind they'll be unarmored. Don't make the thing there rigged to fight a fully equipped party. I think, okay, it's either we make it a water boss or we make this like, it would be really, really sick if this was like a throne and there's just like a skeleton on the throne and he like stands up and fights you. Because you don't really have anywhere to run. I mean, you could run into the water, but you can't really shoot a crossbow with a... Well, I guess you could shoot a crossbow out of the water, huh? What if we just put a troll in here? That would be pretty classic. Just a big effing troll. What if there was a swarm of aggressive jellyfish in one of the fully flooded rooms and the party has to swim through? Oh, that would be scary if we put those in here, like in this tunnel up here. Actually, that would be a good idea. I'm on the pro skeleton agenda. Okay, we can do something like that. I think if we do a like a skeleton lord, a skeleton barbarian, like you said originally, we'll just like draw something like that. I just wish I knew how to make it look like there was like depth here. I just can't. I don't know how. Maybe just like some lines or something. This is like the shoreline. You know what I mean? Flooded chamber. The guy that got cleaved by the trap was here to pay his respects to his ancient ancestor, that being the skeleton. Little did he know that he was so far away from where he was supposed to come in because he died in this room, but he had to be in this room to swim under. Unless we bisect this chamber here with water, actually, because we could actually do that. And then, like, if you went in here, you could swim down to here, or you could swim up to here. Bet you didn't think about that, did ya? Lizard folk also kind of makes sense for this environment, although I don't know what you have planned for monsters. I really don't have a plan. I'm just letting you guys plan that out, and I'm hoping it'll make sense by the end. Should I do water here, or should this just be going underneath? I kind of like the idea of it going underneath, but also this is a really long way to swim to get up here. Nah, no water there. Okay, this will just be a dry chamber then. Now we come over here. We're actually... Okay, so the hazard in this room is it's flooded. I think that's what we're gonna go with. So let me write down. This is room D. Oh, let me write this on camera so you guys see what I'm doing. Room D equals flooded chamber. How deep should the water be? You found some examples for me. I used to draw sometimes. Maybe I can copy. Let's see here. It's a thick line followed by... Okay, thank you. I like this. I'll try my best to copy that somehow. Hold up, let me see. Hold on, wait a minute. Where are the goblins at? There's no goblins in here. There's a bugbear. There's a bugbear in this room. He's mutated. He's got a bunch of crazy shit going on with him. Especially in the case they have to escape a skeleton barbarian. How many bee goblins at? I did this for an ocean map I did. It turned out great. Oh, yes. How deep should the water be in this room? It has to be deep enough that you have to get a boat to sail in here. So, Gek, great to see you, buddy. I'm thinking like 20 feet deep would be good. Alright, 34 feet deep. I like to hear it. That's a dangerous cavern right there. 34 feet deep at center. 34 feet deep at center. Secret cave. Cave to east. Let me draw a compass also. A winged bugbear, huh? Well, yeah, it's that's the number he rolled. Oh, okay. Yeah, the bugbear's winged because he has mutations on him. And the mutations that we rolled were wings, he has a life-draining touch, and he's telepathic. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta do a compass up here. North. N. Big plus like that. That looks kind of dog shit, not gonna lie. Wait, we'll just do big N. I can't even draw a compass, dude. If people are like scared to draw stuff, just take me as an example. Like, I'm terrible. Peace out. I gotta go finish editing a video. Thanks, brother. I'll see you when we play not D&D, Shadowdark next. Rip what? I can't draw. Is that what's rip? That's my compass right there. I know, I'm an actual genius. So we're almost done with this thing, actually. Rip. Yep. So our next room is gonna be, I guess I'm thinking something like this. Thinking like a real big, spacious chamber, because really big rooms in Shadowdark make you actually feel kind of claustrophobic because of the darkness. And then we'll do like that. It'll continue that way. Although it looks kind of like a colon, so let me make like a couple, like, you know, make a, you know what I'm saying? You almost done? You haven't even made the dragon room yet. Since the thing is telepathic, are you gonna have it try to communicate? Probably won't. It'll probably just try to kill them. Although, I don't know. We didn't come up with a story for the dungeon yet. Is it 1 a.m.? Okay, it's only 10. We've been doing this for 2 hours. We've almost completed the dungeon. Now for this room here. Let's see what type of monster we got. So, we gotta roll 2 separate d6 rolls again to figure out what type of monster this is gonna be for this chart here. So, you guys gotta roll that. Because, I'm not legally allowed to roll dice for this stuff. It has to be the chat. Otherwise, the Pinkertons will come arrest me. Too much empty space for the dungeon to be close to be done. A 5 and a 3. Okay, so we got a clever brute. I like to hear it. Alright, so for room, this will be A, B, C, D, E. This will be room E. So room E, B, C, D, E. Room E equals solo monster. Solo monster. Clever brute. Hey, what's up, Say? Holy shit, the gang's all here. Well, Sock was here earlier, but he left. Okay, so Tyler got us a clever brute in this room, so I'm thinking I just really want to do an ogre. Let me go back to the monsters. We gotta mutate it too. It can't just be a regular old monster. Just got home. Well, glad to have you here. I think a troll really fits for a dungeon like this because it's in a cave. It's swampy, you know. I mean, look at the troll here, and they're pretty scary in SHADOWDARK. Sure, troll works. Alright, we're gonna mutate the troll though, actually. We're gonna have to make him not a normal troll, because the players aren't allowed to know what's special about the troll, so we're gonna come down here, and we're gonna do a line to separate that, and we're gonna do troll. He's gonna be kind of clever, so I'm just gonna call him a clever. Maybe we should name him. Well, make him like a named NPC. We need like a good name. What's a good like Brazilian name for like a scary thing like a troll? Clever Trevor. He's Willy Cueva actually. Alberto. That doesn't sound scary though. It just sounds like Alberto. I have an uncle named Albert. Something scary, like what's like a creepy like folktale name? Uncle Trevor the Troll or something like that. Yeah, it a joke. I don't have time for jokes, okay? Big Tom. The halflings named him. It sounds like a halfling. Unk. Boy Bumba. Hogrash. Okay, I like Hogrash. Timmy. We're gonna go with Hogrash. Troll. We're gonna just actually put his name first because that makes him look more important. Okay, hold on. Hogrash. Hogrash Troll. And let me start putting down. So trolls are green, lanky giants with warty skin and territorial rage, and they lair in deep forests and swamps. So this could actually be the room with all the mushrooms and stuff. Boy, Bumba with the line above the A. Karen. A Karen is the worst thing that could be running towards you, for real. Yo, chat, let's lock in. You're being really sus right now. Okay, hold on a second. How would I... If I had to lay this out like D&D, let me do AC. He's got a 12. His HP is 24. Then I would do movement, I think. Yeah, I would do movement. Would be near. What else am I missing? What should go at the top? Those are the most important things. And then underneath we would do his stats. We'll do his alignment up here. We'll say alignment AL will be chaotic, and he is level 5, but he's not actually going to be level 5 because he'll be pretty strong. What do we roll for these miscreants mutations? Hold on one second. Let me write down the stats first, and then we'll get to that. So his strength is a +3. And then his dex is a 2 +2, and then his con is a +2, and then his intelligence is a -1, and then we got wisdom is a 0, and then we got charisma -1. Okay, I think that's laid out way better than the last one. I'll do a line like this, and then we'll do this. Alright. They don't have like evil, good, or neutral. It's just, what is it? It's lawful, neutral, and chaotic. So they don't have like good and evil for SHADOWDARK. Let me see here. Where is the mutations? Okay, so we got our troll guy there. I didn't write down his attacks, so I'm actually going to have to go back down there for that. But let me get to the mutation table. Mutations. Let me scroll up. Guess everyone in SHADOWDARK is evil. I think it's more like lawful, I think, and neutral could be kind of like, I guess it's not as like morally on the nose, I guess we should say. Okay, so here's the mutations. We need 3 separate D12 rolls to figure out what our mutations are going to be here. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to fix how I wrote this down to make his name look cooler. Hog Rash 9, 3. Alright, so he flings spikes, so that's pretty sick. Where should I write his mutations at? We'll do a mutations right here. Mutations. Flings. Spikes. 3. I need one more D12 roll. What is 3? Fast healing. He already has fast healing. It's gonna be even faster. He's gonna have like, he's gonna be like a fucking insane thing to kill. 10. 10. Blood draining bite. Okay, that's pretty sick. Draining bite. Alright. So now let's do his attacks. So let me go back down to his troll. Troll. Okay, so that's the number I got to. Hell yeah! The mental image I have of this thing, this think, is sickening. Can't wait to roast this turd burglar. We're gonna make him immune to fire now because you said that. Okay, hold on a second. So now what I want to do is I want to make another line here. Those are his mutations. Now I want to do his attacks. We're just going to make this like a D&D stat block. ATK. Alright. So we have... He normally gets 2 claw attacks. I meant thing, I know. I was messing with you. This wretched, misshapen thing dwelling in the damp darkness, yes. Sir Hogrash, the troll. Maybe he was like a king at one time and he got transformed by a witch into a troll. He's got mushrooms growing out of his back. Maybe Fling's spikes could actually be changed into Fling's spores. If we want to go for like the mushroom theme. And like he throws like a bunch of poison spores out or something like that. Flings turds. I mean, he technically could. It'd just be kind of cool if he had like stuff growing off of his back, because if you look at the art here, he's got like mushrooms growing out of his back. So it would be actually kind of cool if he could throw like explosive little like mushrooms or something. Okay, so attacks. 2 claw +4. It does 1d6. And 1 bite. Holy hell, he does 3 attacks in 1 turn. 1d10. Okay, so those are his basic attacks. I'd make him throw his own snapped off bones. Some ribs sticking out of his side or the like. Okay, that's cool too. That's more grotesque, I suppose. Trying to think how I would make that in SHADOWDARK. We're gonna give him super regeneration too, so he's gonna restore like it's gonna actually be insane if I make him restore like 2d10 hit points instead of 2d6. He's gonna be like unkillable basically. Players could kill him in 1 round though. Oh, actually it doesn't matter because you have to burn him. Nah, this thing's definitely gonna wipe out the party. I think I need to give him more hit points. I want to give him 30 hit points because he's a named character. This might be upsetting the balance. If Kelsey was here right now, she'd disapprove. I gave the Bugbear 27. I'm going to give him 35. 34. Actually, we'll just give him 10 extra hit points. 34. We're going to wreck this fool. Forget Kelsey. What is she now? She only made the game. Okay. How do I want to do this? Okay, so the bite drains blood. So actually, what if the bite actually healed him? The bite heals him, and then he just regains like 2d10 hit points. That's so mean. It's either the bite... Hold on, what does a vampire's bite do? does blood drain. It heals 2d6 and the target permanently loses 1d4 con. Okay, we might actually have to do that. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, I'll do 1d10 plus blood drain. He was a troll. He was a vampire that got turned into a troll. Plus blood drain. And then I need to give him... We'll do like ore. We gotta do a spike flinging attack here. We need some magic weapons, DM. This is not for you anyways, don't worry about it. I'll just throw this on you when you guys least expect it. Let me see. What can I copy as like a ranged attack on here? I'm leaning in. Dude, my posture is so bad. I'm gonna be a hunchback cringe nerd by the time I'm like 30. So if you're joining us just now, I am scrolling here and I'm looking for examples to make a custom creature. And we're making a custom troll for our dungeon that we're making here. Just in case anybody had just come in. Damn it. What creature does... Are there manticores? I know manticores probably sling stuff. He does not have a weapon. It would be kind of cool to give him a weapon instead of his claw attacks, though. Sphinx. He needs a weapon. I'll just give him a magic weapon. I'll give him a Vorpal sword or something. That's page 232. Manticore. How do you fucking know that? Do you have this? You don't have this book, do you? Holy shit, he's right. How do you know that? Haha, they do have spikes that I can copy. Okay. They do tail spikes that do, you know, baby. I mean, the book is pretty sick. If you had this book, even if it just sat on your shelf, that's a pretty sick book. I should probably be opening this up on stream. Going through the book on stream. Because it is pretty sick. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, anyways. Okay, so we got the manticore tail spikes. So he rips his like ribs, his rib bones out, and he throws them because they just regrow because he's a troll. So that's actually pretty vile. Or how's it worded on here? Or we'll do two rib spikes. And you really want me to give him a weapon, huh? How about I just do this? Hold on. I'm gonna erase all this because I'm just gonna write these out like a D&D stat block because it's easier whenever you're writing stuff to have everything separate. Kinda. I suggested earlier that he has delusions due to his brain regrowing malformed. Well, in SHADOWDARK, conciseness is actually part of the game, so that would just be, we'd just write that in like the lore for him, like somewhere else. Like on this page, I'd probably write that here. On the stat block, you don't want to write that because it's too much. Alright, attacks. We'll do attacks. And then I'll go like this. My cat is like trying to break my door down to get into my room. Hold on a second. He's going ballistic. Okay. So we got attacks. Let me do, we'll do the rib spikes first. So we got 2 rib spikes. And they are 2 rib spike, singular. Let me do parentheses. This would be far. How much damage does a javelin do? I think it's like a D6. We'll just have these do a D8. Screw it. Oh shit. I gotta, hold on. I have to put the plus before everything. I think. Hold on. I want this to look clean at least as I'm writing it out. Hold on, attacks. What am I doing here? 2 rib spike. And then it goes +4. Oh, rib spike. I had it right. Far. +4. This would be plus. I don't know how she gets the pluses on here. We'll just make it +4. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Alright, so +4, and then it does 1d8. 1d8 damage. So he's got that, and then we'll do period. We got, what type of, if we're gonna give him a weapon, I mean it's gonna end up being a magic weapon, right? I don't think he really needs a club, because he wants to bite you, because he's sucking your blood out. Sensually sucking you. You know what I'm saying? How about it's just something made from the bones of his own body? That's pretty gruesome, right? He just breaks the bones out of his body and he builds a weapon out of them. Gross. Trolls are really the infinite food glitch of nature. They really are. Well, I guess we'll just do bone club. That'll do. This dude's gonna do like insane amount of damage. 2 rib spike or 2 bone club. And then what was his attacks before? I gotta go back to the troll. Monster. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Monster statistics. Troll. Troll. Where are you? Troll. So he has a +4 to hit. Okay. 2 bone club. +4. 2d. What does his claws do? 1d6. 2d6, I guess. Dude's gonna literally do so much damage, and then he bites you. 2 bone club and 1 bite. Oh, I'm running out of room. I'm not going to be able to make it to the end of the page. 1d10 plus blood drain. Okay. Okay, now down here I do his traits. He can only deal damage if he hits me, which I am untouchable. You guys are getting real cocky. Okay, so we gotta do... We're gonna do regenerate. We're gonna do greater regenerate. Regen. Rate. Regains 2d6. I'm sorry. This will be... This is like actually not fair. 2d10 HP. This should probably be 2d8s. 2d10 actually might be too strong. Do 2d8 HP on its turn, unless its wounds are... Also realize I'm not going to have enough room to make another monster on this page. Are... How do I spell cauterized? C-A-U-T-E-R-I-Z-E-D by fire or acid. I'll underline those because those are important. And then he has blood drain. Actually nuts. Alright, let me read this. So he's going to... Oh my god, this is too OP, dude. He's just unkillable. Because this doesn't... No comment on my last name? I'm surprised. I got Mithril Wraith Chain. Well, yeah, you do until I kill your character, and then you're not going to have it anymore. 2d6 HP. HP and target permanently loses 1d4 con. I feel like it should just be 1 because he's already doing all this other shit. 1d4 con at 0. The creature dies. I love how you see my message and then read the message before the one where I reveal my last name. Well, I don't want to dox you. You know. I know you typed it in the chat, but I can't say that word either. Your last name has a bad word in it. She loses 1d4 con at 0. The creature dies. Is that OP? It doesn't matter. He's supposed to be OP, and he's probably like a level 11 now that I'm looking at this. So we're going to do level 11. Maybe, you know what, we'll do level 10. He's about like a level 10. Which, that's the max level in SHADOWDARK, so that's pretty nasty. Maybe we'll do like, he's like probably like level 8 or 9. Level 8. In terms of difficulty, I think that's about what he's at. Level 8. So, at the start of his turn, he regains 2d8 hit points, unless you hit him with fire damage. And then, on top of that, when he bites you on his attacks for his turn, he's also going to regenerate 2d6 hit points, and you're going to lose 1d4 con. So that's not very nice. That's a very mean thing to do. With base stats, he's level 6. With base stats, he's level 6. Oh, yeah. He's level 5, actually, with his base stats. Unless you're saying, according to what you're typing into Google to figure this out. I think if I gave him any more hit points, it might be... You know what? Fuck it. I'm giving him 54 hit points. Fuck you. That's why I'm doing it. Actually might be literally too OP. Hold on. Let me look at other things. Hit points. Yeah. No, I think I gotta keep it. I can't do 50. That's way too much. This is like literally just designed to piss off players, so we're just going to keep it at 34. 34. Oh, when did you go back to the troll? I was talking about that manticore. No, I'm doing. I was still doing the troll that whole time. I went to the manticore to steal an ability that the manticore had. I put it on him on his stat block here. All right, so Hogrash is in this room right here. So let's go back to this here. He does not have anything special on him, so he might be the final boss of the dungeon. Because I don't think we're going to make a warlord skeleton that's going to be stronger than this. Do you think the bugbear steals limbs from him? That would be funny, because he does regenerate like insanely fast. It's called a functional food chain. I thought we had a troll in G. No, this was this is a secret room. The troll's right in this room right here. In room number E, the troll is in, which I will put Hogrash. Sorry, I was lost. It's okay. It's understandable, really. Now we gotta do the final room here. This will be like another entrance, I guess. Something like this, maybe. Just make it a gigantic entrance. And the funnel objective, we should make this a fun. No, this can't be a level 0 funnel, because they literally can't kill a troll at level 0. You should give it a weak spot. It's getting too powerful. No, it's not. It's not strong enough, in fact. E, and this should be, yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F. This will be room F. And this is a number 4, so this is another hazard. A minor hazard. So I'm going to need somebody to roll a d6 for me. What's in this hazard room? Got the whole map done. That's pretty cool. He said if it's getting too powerful. Oh, my bad. My bad. No. I was saying if it's getting too powerful. No. I was actually... I'm actually ear raping everybody. Somebody was sleeping just now and I woke them up, actually. D6. Alright, I see the 4 first, so we're gonna... So this is a... The hazard is dense rubble. What the hell? Ear rape. Yeah, I was waking everybody up. I was making sure you guys were awake. Gotta start drinking water. Oh, Lord. Dense rubble is the hazard for this room, so I don't know. We're in a cave, so I don't really know. I guess it could just be like literal like rock fall, maybe. I love a good old classic rocks fall on your head and kill your character. Make it densely packed corpses. Okay. Alright, we'll do that. I'm just going to write out room. Hold on. Alright, we're going to write that out over here, actually. This is room F. Room F equals minor hazard. Minor hazard A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, I just want to make sure I had everything on here. Yes, okay. Minor hazard. How's that? See, here's the thing, though. I don't know how's that going to be a hazard. That troll is mighty strong, and I think he likes his meat ripe. Yes, officer, that man with the bad drawing skills and his Dr. Pepper addiction. I like the we'll put corpses in the room, but I do think, like, we need, see, stress isn't a mechanic in SHADOWDARK, though. There's no, like, meltdown mechanic. I'm trying to think. How can I turn it into a mechanic? If it were to be. Flies that give disease bite you. Minor hazard. Corpses. What's a good word for like a large amount of corpses? Like copious amounts of corpses. That's too many C's. Densely packed corpses. Densely packed corpses attract biting insects that spread disease. Now, I don't know what the disease would do. Why would there be bodies after Troll? Is that where he has his dead body collection? Well, this could be... So this is this arrow tells us that this goes out of the cave. So the Troll lives in this room. So he could technically come into this room and leave this way. So maybe he piles the bodies up in here. And then he comes into here. And this is where he comes to drag the bodies out. Just got done streaming. Ran Tomb of Horrors this week. What'd I miss? What's up, Dungeon Lord J? I'm making a SHADOWDARK dungeon using the rules from the book, and I'm having chat help me, and I'm just having people throw out suggestions for what to put into the rooms, because it was like a fun little thing to do. This was actually kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually happy that you guys can see like what I'm drawing here, and I'm a fucking terrible. The troll likes the meat ripe, like I said. It just makes sense. Oh, maybe he feeds them to a pet further in the cave. Well, here's the thing. I don't have anywhere else to put anything. Maybe the pet is a water monster, and he feeds, what the hell's it called? He feeds the monster in the water over here. We don't have a story for this thing yet either. We gotta cohesively bring this all together as well. So for this room, I like the idea. I'm gonna write down. I like putting the flavor text on the map. So like, alright goobers, I gotta go to sleep. He drops that line and then he just leaves. I see how it is. So we're gonna do like, colorful, fungus, filled cavern, troll lair. You always say that, nearly righteous, and then stick around for 4 more hours. Isn't that your job, making the plot to it? Well, it's my job, but that's why I have all of you here to do my job for me. You guys are my minions this stream. I'll write down like something somewhere. He's got us doing free labor. Thought we'd try to give 5.5 a try. Very powerful PCs, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I won't be surprised if they make a 6th edition that like there's just no combat and the players just auto win whatever they feel like doing, because that's what the game has turned into, unfortunately. I think you know what? I have an idea. Okay, so for this room, there's bodies piled up so high that they're like pillared to the ceiling. So we'll make the ceiling kind of low in this room, and like if the bodies are disturbed, like parts of the ceiling collapse, maybe like a mine shaft, but like really grotesque mine shaft. And it's not really a mine shaft, but it's just like the bodies have formed into like the natural pillars of the room or something. I think something like that would work. Slash bodies make up pillars of the room. Of the room. I think that works. I wish I could draw a skull and crossbones pretty good, but I can't. So let me look up a picture of a skull and crossbones. Let me see here. Pen, sketch, skull, and crossbones. Okay, that's too detailed. I need like not that much detail because I cannot draw that good. Let me try to draw this. Jeez, this guy stinks! I do stink, dude. I cannot draw to save my life. Alright, let me try something here. Brother, it just doesn't ever look right when I try to draw it. Then I gotta do a cranium. Holy shit, that's a functioning skull. If only I could copy and paste that. Just like, you know. You know, we'll just like, I don't know, man. Bob Ross. That's my excuse for everything. We'll do like, what am I doing here? I'm just gonna do this, like, we'll just do an arrow. Bodies piled high. Should have seen him earlier using his pencil as his ruler. Gave me 4d10 cringe damage. I don't have a ruler. What do you want me to do? That's how I draw straight lines. That's why I wanted to do a cave, so I didn't have to draw straight lines. Bodies piled high. You know, we'll do like another, like one more should do. That one looks funny. Okay, so we got bodies piled high, colorful room with fungus, flooded chamber, this room, room C. I don't know what I want this room to look like. LMFAO, do I have to buy you one? You know. You know. I know what I can do to get me rolling here with the flavor text. We'll get some help from artificial intelligence. I think that'll help me give me a 50 character description of a cave with bodies piled so high that they touch the ceiling. Cave choked with corpses stacked to brush the stone roof. Absolutely primo. That's good, actually. So we're gonna write cave choked with corpses stacked to brush the roof. See, this is old school style, you know. Everything, you're doing everything by hand. You're not having a fucking computer do it all for you. This is how the pioneers used to do it. So this is room F. DM Dungeon Mastery, what's up, guys? Coming to you live from aisle 3 at Michael's Craft Store. Dead, LOL. Gets 10k views for some reason. What's the opposite of Giga Chud? Okay, so we have this room. Oh, we need to. We're not actually close to being done because we need to come up with a random encounter chart for this. Hey, I like my computer. You literally just had a computer do it for you. I know, but the computer just helped me come up with some flavor text, but I did all this myself. And with the help of some of my gracious, definitely not slaves. Room 1, we're gonna have to figure out something. Or I'm sorry, room A, not room 1. We're gonna have to figure out something here. It's an empty room, but also once we start writing out what's in these rooms, I can start erasing the numbers, because the letter is all that matters. And I do want to start naming the rooms also. Oh my god, you literally just had a computer do it for you. Shut up, nerd. Let's see. 4. What was 4? Oh, this is a hazard. Right, okay, I can erase this because I know what the hazard is. Cave choked with corpses stacked to brush the roof. Colorful fungus-filled cavern. Flooded chamber. I'm gonna actually circle these things because whenever I do cross-hatching for all this out-of-bounds stuff, it'll look better. What the hell is native to a cave? And this isn't even that big of a cave either. What do you guys think? Why are you guys so fucking quiet all of a sudden? What's going on? You're supposed to be helping me, you know? Is piercers a thing in SHADOWDARK? I don't think so, but this would fit in really well. And I could probably make those pretty easily. I think those are copyrighted by Wizards of the Coast, so she didn't use them. Oh, sting bats. Those would be perfect, actually. Sting bats, aka fuck, what are these called in 5e? Sturges. That's what they're called. Oh, we got spiders. Okay. Started sketching a dungeon 2, got inspired, remembered this one dungeon idea I had long ago, 2,000 years ago. Sturges. We got scorpions, rust monsters, ropers. They do have ropers. So if there's ropers, then that it would imply that there would be piercers, because piercers are just roper babies. So we could actually do that. We could do that in this room, actually. I'd have to make them custom, though. I'd have to look. I need to look at a piercer stat block. Stat block. You need piercer stat block. Can I just see the stat block, please? Hum, 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 hum. Brother, can I just see the stat block? Thank you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so sturges, piercers. We got spiders. We have a bugbear boss, and then we have a troll boss that's literally like nearly unkillable in this room. I can erase this 5 because we already know what's in this room. Does somebody have a picture of a pen sketch mushroom? Like a toadstool? I need to figure out how to draw a mushroom. Pen sketch mushroom. I need just like a simple... Good lord, can I even draw something like that? I don't think I'm that good. Just need like simple shapes, something simple. Let me see if I can draw this. I'm looking at the computer screen as I'm going to attempt to draw this. Hey, my music. I sent you a list that makes it easy to find creatures. I usually have hold on, I need to focus for a second. I need to try to draw this to the best of my ability. Oh, that would actually look really cool. Let me try. Open link in new tab. Not the fucking... God damn it. Okay, here we go. Get out of here. Easy mushroom. Alright, let me see. Stick to a half oval and a few lines for the stem. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to try to draw it growing out of this wall. So we got the stem. And then we got like a disc like that. And then we got like a thing like that. Okay. Wait a minute, we actually did it. And then I gotta, although this doesn't look like it's going up in there, so let me do that, and then we do like lines going out. And then we do a couple circles. You know, it's passable. It's passable. That's a passable mushroom. Right there. That's a passable mushroom if I've ever seen one. I need to draw some other ones though. I gotta make this look like the fungus room. Let me try one more. Epic fungus moment? Uh-oh, that one. I fucked that one up. That looks like a baby arm holding a door knocker. Go like that. It's so simple yet so complicated to somebody who does not draw art. Bro, like that. I can just do it like that. Circle, 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 circle. We'll do like some glowies coming off of them like that. See, I'm okay if I can, although this doesn't really look right because there's no bottom. Son of a bitch. It has to, nobody's gonna ever see this map except all 10 of you watching this right now. But I have to make it look right. Okay, let me see this. Another idea for cave-dwelling creatures from D&D anyways that might be fit would be carrion crawlers. Oh yes, there are carrion crawlers. Sturges feed on troll and piercers feed on intruders. Carrion crawlers feed on the remains ecosystem. Man drawing penises. Hey man, these don't look like weenuses. Some of you would put that on your pizza because you're insane and you like to eat mushrooms. I think mushrooms are disgusting, actually. I don't like the texture of mushrooms. It feels like putting a piece of wet clay in your mouth. Let me draw one more. This gives me an excuse to try to draw stuff. Go like this, and then we go okay, that one looks pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. God damn it, it's so hard to get like the actual idiot tries to draw art for like the first time in like 10 years of his life that he's stopped drawing. Okay, so the stem actually on these pictures, you can tell that the stem goes up in here, and then there are lines that come out from the middle like this to look like the underside of it. And then oh, I see what I'm doing. Wait a minute. Then we got something like that. There we go. Okay, that looks like a mushroom. Hold on a second. I forgot to do a little line underneath of them like that. Hell yeah. That's the best looking one yet. That's the best looking one yet. I actually gave it some kind of depth, a little bit, sorta, kinda, maybe. Holy cow. It's starting to look like an old school 90s D&D map now. A lot of mush, not a lot of shroom. Most disappointing part of my life, TBH. On a live stream, no less. Based DM. Mushrooms are the worst. Thanks, guys. Thanks for propping me up. Now, if only I knew how to draw water. That would be the next thing I'd have to try to draw. This is just a stream of me trying to get good at drawing, actually. I'm going to move this so I can have room to draw the water. Okay, let me look at these pictures that you sent me for the shoreline thing. Oh, good lord. Okay, open link. Alright, let me see. Get good, the live stream. Yeah, that's exactly what this feels like. Okay, so I see like the lines don't go all the way across. Let me see. Damn, it's they're like just simple lines, but like when I look at it, it stresses me out because it's not gonna look right when I try to do it. Again, my tastes don't match my skills. That's my problem in life. Alright, so which one do I want to try? Simple lines, ripples. Let's try ripples, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I don't like that. Doesn't look right. Wait a minute. Damn it. Let me try like... Damn it. Oh, this is another funny thing. I used to have a neighbor, and I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny. He was disabled, and he had to use crutches to walk everywhere because he was like not, I don't know, like he had something wrong with his legs. And he used to always go outside on his porch, and we'd hear him in the morning while he'd be trying to cut his hedges with hedge clippers, and he'd just be going, God damn it! Just every day. It's not funny, but it's funny. I just wanted you guys to know that. Broken waves, depth. See, I like the depth thing, but like, dude, I can't fucking do it. Let me try just drawing like a landmass, and then, you know, there's like a line out like this. No, that's really funny. Thanks. I'm glad you're also not a good person. Oh. I half expected you to stop at he was disabled. I had this neighbor, and he was disabled. That's the joke. Hold on, let me see. It looks like it's just really light lines like this, but the actual like the part where the water meets the land, I can't do it. It doesn't look right. It just looks like a line. I don't know how to make it not just look like a thick black line. A thick, meaty line, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's like something, from what I'm looking at, it's something like this. I don't know, I'm gonna hold this up and I'm gonna see if you guys have any. I mean, does that look like water to you? Looks like a volcano. Bruh. That's terrible. actually terrible. Your imitation of him caught me off guard, and I started hacking from laughing so hard. That's exactly what he used to sound like. I wish I had a recording of him. He would go, "God damn it! Oh, damn it!" And it would be really funny because our dining room was like right next to his house. Like if you looked out our dining room window, it was like 5 feet, and then his front porch. And he had like a house that was like not built for him. He had like hanging plants and shit from like the roof of his porch, and he would try to go out there and like trim the leaves off his plants, but it just would not work out for him. It was really funny. It wasn't funny, but it was funny, you know what I mean? Dude, I don't... Oh, okay, wait a minute. You know, but how do I add the depth part is the part that is the problem. I don't know how to do the depth part. I don't know. You get the idea. That's water. This is water. That's where the water stops, right there. But it just looks, to me, it just looks like, I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know how to like. Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you guys that know how to draw. I don't know how to make this part right here look like it's like higher than this part down here. I don't know how to do that. Like I can't. If I shade it, it doesn't look right. It wasn't funny. It was hilarious. We're all bad people. It's okay. This is a case study, actually. I'm exposing all of you. Let me just draw some up here, too. Okay, you know, that's water. I mean, does that look like depth? Maybe I should do that. Just try to, like, draw a little bit of, like, shading under there or something, but, like, not too dark. I feel like one of you are DMing me right now and saying, "Bro, this is how you draw a shoreline." So I found this YouTuber, his name's TM Dungeon Mastery, and he was making an ableist joke on his stream, so I think we should actually dox him so that we can all murder him. You guys aren't actually allowed to make jokes about anything anymore. I already did that. I know, that's what I'm looking at, your picture that you sent. But like, it's... my brain just doesn't work when it comes to art. It no worky. Oh, I see. I don't know. It doesn't... like, it's like this doesn't work whenever I try to do it. It doesn't work. Pencil machine broke, actually. Okay, so let me... we gotta make an encounter chart now. Where should we make this? I guess down here. Encounter chart. Let me look at Kelsey's example here. SHADOWDARK. Game Master. Quick start. I gotta set this back to a single page. Alright, so let me see here. This is how Kelsey does her random encounter table, just like this. So we have to mimic this, because if you don't mimic it, it won't look professional. If it doesn't look professional, you're just trash. Actual factual. I think I should write this on another. No, we'll just get it. We'll just make it. We'll just make it. Okay. So the light in this dungeon should be no light. So we're gonna write out. Actually, we got to figure out the danger level of the dungeon. Somebody roll a d6. A d6 for danger. Danger level equals 6. It's deadly. I think you're just saying that you rolled a 6 because I actually have no way to check and see if you actually rolled it, but danger level, deadly. That means every other crawling round we check for a, I think that's what that means, right? Deadly. I'm pretty sure deadly means... Son of a bitch. Somebody look up what deadly means on SHADOWDARK, so I don't have to scroll and look around for it. Do the work for me so I don't have to do it. Okay, let me see here. Danger level, deadly. Check for a random encounter every fellas, I do not think deadly means son of a bitch. Are we sure this guy really is a DM? Listen, deadly in SHADOWDARK means how often you're checking for encounters. I don't know what, I think it's every other, but I don't want to put the wrong thing down. So I have to Control F, deadly. Actually, wait a minute, hold on. It's in the back of the book. Ah, right here. Deadly. Check every round. That's pretty scary. So, check for a random encounter every round. Okay. Bro, what did I tell you? You said he wasn't going to go to bed. I remember you saying that. For every round. And then we're going to put, if they make a loud noise. Okay, every round or after PCs make loud noises. Loud noises, and then we do 1d6. 1 equals encounter. Okay, now we got light, total darkness, unless noted. All denizens dark adapted. ZENS are dark adapted. Dark ADAPTED. No, I was brushing teeth and so on. You guys make this thing scary in the memory of the Leon. Haha, we found out your actual name. Time to dox him. And we know you live in Brazil. Goodbye, dearly righteous lad. I shall see you. I shall see you on the other side. I don't know what time it is in Brazil land right now, but I'm sure it's... I actually don't know how late it would be in Brazil. Sorry, I was getting something to eat. It's okay, man. I understand. I forgive you. There are no doors in this chamber, and then NPCs. I guess since we named the troll, he would count as an NPC, right? Should we make him... Okay, because he's so strong, what I feel like we should do is, if you offer him food, maybe he won't kill you. Or it's a 1 in 6 chance he's immediately hostile because he's hungry or something. Entrance there. Okay, now we gotta do random encounters. Okay, so now for the random encounter table, we're gonna make it a D8. D8. And this will be details. So let's go like, let's make a line here. I'm trying to mimic Kelsey as much as we can, because she is the queen and she knows what she's doing. Alright, hold up. D8. Details. Let's see if I can fit all of this on one line. Alright, hold on. What's the troll's connection with the bugbear? I heard about a bugbear. Throw him food and kill the bugger, stealing his limbs at night. That's a good idea too, if you give him the bugbear. So, the bugbear, he was randomly rolled, because when I rolled the dungeon up, I got 2 rooms back to back that had solo monsters in them. So there's a bugbear right in this chamber, and then right over here is where the troll is. And the troll's like super strong, but the bugbear is also kind of strong. But people were kind of saying that the bugbear maybe sneaks in here, because he's a sneaky pariah. That's what we rolled. So the theory is he sneaks in here at night and he steals the troll's limbs and he eats them. And the troll's like so strong that I'm thinking maybe... if you could somehow feed the bugbear to him, he won't be hostile to you or something. But I don't know yet. Don't know how I want to do that yet. First, we got to make a random encounter table. Okay, so for these encounter tables in SHADOWDARK, the 1 and the 8 are always the most deadly things. So for the 1 spot, we need to make something like pretty scary happen. We could even make the troll wander around the dungeon. But then again, it's not really... It's all like too choke pointy, I think. That would defeat the fear factor of the troll, you're right. Yeah, because on the chart here, for the Citadel of the Scarlet Minotaur, he's like he's not really a named boss, but he's the boss of the dungeon, and if you roll a 1, you encounter him. He's just like roaming about the dungeon, so maybe Maybe we'll make it so you run into the troll. Alright, so we'll say, what did we name him? Hogrash. Hogrash. So we got one, we'll just write like, we have to write like a little tiny description so that the DM, whenever he rolls this, it tells you like what Hogrash is doing and how he's entering the room. So Hogrash arrives from the nearest entrance to the chamber looking for food. Or, I don't know, he already has food, so like why would he be roaming? We have to figure out why he would be roaming. So what would be his reason to be going boom, 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 just going around the dungeon? Maybe he's like looking for the bugbear or something. Like he's like looking for the... And like if he... And Tyler, I know you don't know what a bugbear is, but you should look up an image of a bugbear, because it's not a bug, nor is it a bear. It basically looks like Sasquatch. That's like what a bugbear looks like. Going in or out. Arrives from the nearest entrance to the chamber. Searching for the bugbear. We haven't named him yet, so... For the bugbear. I might have wrote that too big. Can I fit 8 things on here? I don't know if I can. Alright. Alright, now 2. Let me write this smaller. Hold on. Motherfucker. Motherfucker! Okay, wait. From the nearest entrance to the chamber. Searching for the bugbear. Alright, there we go. And then it's up to the DM if they want to make the troll like not hostile, but I think he should be hostile. Alright, so now for number 2. On this chart, number 2 is a fight is breaking out with 2 different NPC factions. But this dungeon, I don't know if we really have like factions in here. Bugabon the bugbear. It's an orc that became a furry, and I know what he looks like. Okay, pal, listen. So collecting more mushrooms, searching for the bugbear, or collecting, we'll say more fungus. Or collecting more fungus. So now for number 2. Spider trapping ice sturge or something. Like a giant spider? That would work, I suppose. Like nothing too crazy. Or we could say a spider fighting with 1d4 sturges, maybe. Because I think all the spiders are giant. Let me double check. Spider. Hold up now, hold up. Let me take a look-see here. Spider right here. A silent web-weaving arachnid with a flesh-dissolving venom. It only has 1 hit point, so this must not... Oh, there is giant spider right here. We'll say a giant spider... Actually, no, we can probably say a giant spider feasting on a webbed stingbat. Should I say on the ceiling? If it's on the ceiling, they can avoid it. I guess it makes sense because stingbats fly, so stingbat on the ceiling. So giant spider feasting on a webbed stingbat on the ceiling. Now, looking at this for inspiration. A dry gust of wind extinguishes all torches and lamps. I kind of like that one too. For number 3. We'll say like a moist gust of wind because we're in a cave. Extinguishes. Unless you guys have some better ideas. This doesn't all have to be combat stuff. There could be some stuff that's just like a random event or something. Damn fingers are cramping up because I'm not used to holding a pencil for this long. Go ahead, Tyler. What do you think in your fantasy brain? What could be happening for number 3 on our random encounter chart? There's a guy raging and saying, "Motherfucker!" slamming his fist into a monitor as you turn the corner. Holy shnikes! We got 12 viewers in here. Holy shnikes. Been building for 3 hours. I guess I could just do a gust of wind. Does this, I suppose. I don't see why. Let's do like a gust of... This is kind of just copying Kelsey, I suppose, but... I think we'll do this, and then the next one, we can do like a flock of stingbats. 2d4 stingbats or something. I'm going to say a moist gust of wind. You know what, we'll say a moist breeze. We also, dog, you have to turn the auto focus off. I can't, dude. It's like automatic. It does it automatically. I think it's built into the camera settings. It's doing it every time I put my hand here. No, it's not doing it. It's only doing it when I raise my hand up too much. I know I do see it is doing it a little bit. A moist... You know what, we'll say a large drop of water. God damn it. A large drop of water falls from the ceiling, Sorry, DM. A moist gale. That's a good one too. Fading quick. Between getting sick and being the only one who's done the assigned homework, I'm beat. Gonna hit the sack. Good luck, my son. We're gonna say a drop of water falls from the ceiling. Extinguishing a random light source. Scheisse, can't fit it all on one line. A random light source. Good night, brother. Have a good night. Okay, now for this one, for four. 1d6 adder caps creep along, searching for gold and gems. I think the sting bat swarm would be pretty good. How much does a sting bat have health-wise? Okay, we'll do 2d4 sting bats. Swarm. We'll say swarm. The nearest warm-blooded creature. Alright, 5. Running out of space. I should be able to fit the rest of the stuff in here. Is this a cave? Yes, this is a cave. As you can see, aptly named at the top, cave map. Spider swarm. That would also be cool. Spiders, sting bats. Ah! Dropped my pencil. Can't see with that shit focus. Fuck off. Yes, you can. I can see it. You can see it. I'm pretty sure I cannot disable that. I am almost 100% positive. There, maybe that'll be better. There, are you happy now? Are you happy now? It should be good. Yeah, there, it's not doing it now. Yes, thank you. Oh, you're welcome, pal. Okay, now 5, 6, 7, 8. I just need 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then we'll have almost a fully functioning dungeon that has a map for it. Although there is no story to this dungeon yet, so that's the only concern I have. I think, yeah, this is all supposed to be a treasure room. I need to remember that for this. Alright, what's gonna be our next thing here? What is our next monster in this cave? Somebody did say a ghost, but that might be... A roper would be pretty cool too. Yeah. How about we put a roper in there? That might be pretty sick, huh? They look like cave stuff. Ravenous monstrosities that look like cave rocks when their single eye and maw are closed. Make something that works with the others. Well, it's a sort of a functioning ecosystem. It'll definitely be a functioning ecosystem with this in here. Should this only be one? I feel like they're not strong enough when it's just one. Oh yeah, it is actually. It's impervious to non-magical stuff. A roper hanging from a nearby ceiling. And attacks the nearest, or attacks the closest creature. What would the roper have to do with the troll? Well, the roper is a creature that lives in a subterranean or in a cave, so it maybe just lives in there with it. It's not on the same team as it. But the troll's kind of just in there naturally too. He's just in there. It's just part of where he lives. What I'm trying to do here is give the players a couple of different things they can fight, you see? Let me look in here for a second. I think we have like a cave encounters, don't we? Arctic, castle, artisan, cave right there. What about a hazard like a gaseous cloud and... Oh, that's right. I forgot about the basilisks. That would actually be pretty cool too. A kobold caught by the tail in a bear trap begs for help. They have to roll a throw to see how poisonous it is. Yeah, we can do that for 6, I suppose. We'll do like a pocket of poisonous gas or something. 5, 6. A pocket of poisonous. How the hell do you spell poisonous? Mushroom folk. Yeah, mushroom folk would be cool too. How the hell do you spell poisonous? Stench of the corpse room spreading? That would be good. That's a good idea too. I kind of like the idea of like it's just a rogue like pocket of gas that's just roaming and then it just forces a saving throw from everybody. Just a simple, quick thing that could possibly do a lot of damage. I'll like copy what the snakes thing is. Let me look. The snakes are so deadly in this game, it's not even funny. The Cobra forces a DC 18 con save, or you just go to 0 hit points. It's pretty disgusting. And then your death timer is set to 1. And that's like, it pretty much means like if somebody doesn't revive you in 1 round, you're dead. Okay, wait, a pocket of... I also can't spell poisonous. That's what I was gonna look up. Poisonous. Poison. I don't know how to spell it. Google, how do I spell it? Poisonous. Poisonous. Pocket of poisonous gas rolls through the room. Rolls through the chamber, I guess. The room. All maybe we'll do all non-flying creatures. All non-flying, or maybe just all creatures on the ground have to make this save, because I think it would be cool, and it would make sense if there's a lot of things that are like on the ceiling. All creatures on the ground. Make a DC. So we'll do a DC 13 con. LOL, it was in my comment like a second ago. I wasn't paying attention. I just seen poisonous and then I just thought to look it up. I just want this, I don't know if I want this to just deal damage or like actually be like a crate. I mean, the troll's already really strong, so I might as well make this pretty fucking strong too. I don't want it to wipe the whole party out, but then again, it would be kind of funny if it just wiped the whole party out. We'll do like DC 13 con. Oh, there's a trap chart. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where's it at? I gotta find it. Game master traps. If I want this to be like pretty deadly. It would be nasty if it did damage and it blinded you for like 2d4 rounds or something. DC 13 con, or we're gonna say you take we'll just do 1d8, and then you go unconscious. Unconscious for, we'll do 1d4 hours. An Eder cap would be sick, you say? I think it, I don't know yet. I don't know where they would fit in here. 6, 7. Alright, this is the second to last. So we'll have this one, and then the one underneath this has to be really deadly. Alright, 7. What do we want to do for 7 here? Let's look at this. It's a lot like the spider. It is like the spider. They are spider shepherds, actually. I'm looking at this because this has cave encounters on it also, and there's a shit ton of them. So like maybe there might be something in here that is like actually useful. This one says 3d4 kobolds carry mushrooms back to their troll overlord, so that might actually fit in with what we're doing. Oh yeah, pick from there. I think that one makes a lot of sense because it's kobolds carrying stuff back to the troll. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do 3d4 kobolds carry mushrooms back. Is it to their new troll overlord? To their troll overlord. To their troll overlord. Okay. Yeah, and kobolds aren't super deadly, so that would just be funny. It would be really funny if you rolled that while you were fighting the troll. That would be really funny. Because then now suddenly you're fighting a bunch of kobolds. Okay, so now this last one has to be pretty nasty too. I guess it's not incredibly deadly, but this last one should be pretty strong. This one could even be encounter the bugbear. Like he comes up and tries to kill you or something. I forgot the bugbear has wings too, so maybe that's why the troll can't catch him, because he flies away from him in the story of the dungeon. Because we did roll that he has wings. I think we need to also name the bugbear, and then actually we might have a cohesive story forming here. Perhaps. Let's get a name for the bugbear. Let's do that real quick. We're gonna do probably misspelled cannibal. I don't think it has 2 N's, does it? C-A-N-N-I. Oh, it does have 2. Okay. Cannibal bugbear. Alright, let me look in this book here. Let's see if we can get a name for the bugbear. I kind of like Mort. Mort. He's a cannibal mutant bugbear with wings. Mortvig. What do I call him? Mortvig. Put this in the cave encounters. Okay, we'll do Mortvig. Mortvig. Cannibal mutant bugbear. And that also, because he has wings, on the random encounter table, when that poisonous gas rolls in, he's not affected by it. Okay, it's actually coming together now. Okay. I don't know if I should make him like fighting something. We'll just make him. We're just gonna say he's gonna come in. Mortvig. Flies into the chamber from the nearest entrance. Looking to, I don't know, maybe it's like a 1 and looking to equals 1d6 3 or kill 4 or equals gather allies to slay Hogrash. Okay, well we finished that. Now I think we just need to come up with like flavor text for some of this stuff. I need to also do this room here. And we might have an actual factual functioning dungeon here. And it only took 4 hours, right? 3 hours, actually, record time. Actual, factual. This room here, we gotta figure out the treasure in this room. I'm gonna roll that real quick. Let's see. We're gonna actually put an item in there. Treasure. We're gonna put a weapon. We'll put like a caster, spellcaster item. If you hit the target, it becomes caught in a resilient sphere. Boots of hovering. Interesting. Perhaps what could be the item here for crystal ball? Only wizards can use the crystal ball. You can use it to cast a scrying spell. Cloak of the Bat. That would be kind of funny because you are in a cave. Oh, perhaps. Hat of Intellect would be cool too, but that might be too many strong things in one dungeon. Magic ink. The ink's writing is invisible when cool and can only be seen when warmed up. Nah. Something strong. We need something strong. Scrolling on this chart in case you guys are wondering what the hell I'm doing. Pearl of Power. That's pretty strong too. Maybe we do that. Room G. I never wrote down anything for Room G. You really hate to see that happen. That's okay. These are just like placeholders anyways. Room G. Treasure. I gotta eat and go to bed. Have fun. Thanks for having me. Alright, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I appreciate you also throwing out some suggestions. That's pretty sick of you to come and hang out. I'm almost done with this. I think pretty much all I have to do is like put some stuff in here and I should actually have a full dungeon, other than like the flavor text and whatnot. And that just goes to show that even if you can't draw, you can still make a dungeon. A fully functioning dungeon with 3 different entrances. Yeah, I think we're pretty pog right now. I do gotta put a monster in this room though, so I gotta figure out what I want to put in there. That would be a good room for a roper, although I kind of want something deadly. That is deadly monster, but what do we put in this room here? Child-sized creeping fungi with neon purple caps. Their whip-like roots decompose living flesh. That's pretty cool. Although it doesn't have anything that makes it decompose living flesh, so that's kind of weird. I think a white in this room would be kind of cool. Also a wraith would be also pretty kind of cool. I'm quite torn on this. Perhaps we put a white with like some will-o-wisps. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. It'd be kind of mean, but kind of cool nonetheless. I'm going to make a note of that on this third paper I have here, because I ran out of room on my other papers, so we're going to do like an actual... God, I cannot spell. A-R-E. A-R-E. Actually, no, I did spell it right the first time. Am I stupid, actually? 3 intelligence IRL? Do I actually need to double check myself to make sure I'm spelling it right? A-E-R-A-R-E-A. Yeah, I knew what I was doing. A-R-E-A. Areas A through F. A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Never mind. A through G. I'm not that dumb, I swear. Then we'll do that. Alright, everybody, well, I think we're pretty much like, I mean, we're pretty much done, right? We got We got the whole random encounter table made up at the bottom here. We have some custom stat blocks on the back. We don't have a full story, but you know, I can come up with that after the stream, so I don't have to talk to myself for the next 40 minutes trying to figure out what I want to do. It was a fun little thing to make also. I'm actually pretty proud of it, to be honest. I'm shocked I actually made this all on stream. Our little cave map here. I do need a name for this. If we can get one last hurrah from the chat to come up with a name for this cave. Wigglewort Cave or something like that. Hogrash Cave. That would be kind of cool. I think I will call this. Is there any random generation tables for names? Glow Shroom Cave. It's not bad. There is a room with glowing shrooms. But I don't know if that fits the theme of the whole dungeon. Sakuram Cave. Let me erase this. Sokum Caverns. How about Sakuram Caverns? Oh hell. I gotta write this very neatly. We'll do SOKKURAM Cavern. Caverns. This was actually pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. This was really fun to do this on stream. I didn't think I was going to be able to get a setup for this proper, but I actually was able to get a full setup and make a whole dungeon. I gotta do this more often, actually. Make a whole dungeon for Shadowdark. Now, it would be cool if I made this into like an actual map for people to use. And maybe I'll do that still. I don't know what I want to use. I guess Incarnate I could use to make this. I'll have to add like a couple little more details for stuff, because I want to be able to use these at the table too, which is what I'll probably use this for. This will be like a backup thing for like higher level characters. I'm gonna have to get some trolls printed out somehow. Make some custom 2D troll tokens. That would be kind of cool to try to do. I've never done something like that before. Well, this was Sakuram Caverns, everybody. And I think that'll end up being the end of the stream here, because I'm pretty sure we've done most of the fun content. The other stuff is just busy work that I have to do on the side now. What if I 3D print them? That would be pretty sick. That would be pretty sick indeed. I've wanted to have some more like trolls and big things. I really like giants. But like the problem with like the miniature giants is I don't feel like they're tall enough. And I want my giants to be taller. but not like so big that it takes up, you know, like the entire fucking screen. But you feel me? You feel what I'm saying, dog? This is everything in all of its glory. Let me try to make this full screen. I can make them as big as I want. Damn, real shit. How far over does this go? Oh my god. Is it really that wide? Why is it so wide? This kind of looks like a floating island, which is not intentional, but, you know. We have made the Sakuram Caverns. I also don't think I need these here like that. I can actually get rid of those. Just some ASMR guy that cannot do art doing some art stuff. Is a 144p cam? No, this is a 1080p. Apparently it's 1080p, but its quality has not been the best. Until I lowered the exposure down to like -10, and then the quality actually somewhat got better. But I have to have a super bright light on, otherwise it's so dark you can't even see anything. There's something that comes with when you make a map like the old school way. Like, it's so much more fun than just making it on a computer, I think. Well, if I bring this light any closer, the entire image gets washed out and you can't even see anything. So I have it up on top of my tower. And this shadow is coming from my mic here, so if I move that back, there's no shadow. It actually looks a lot better than what I had earlier, because you adjusted your exposure. Not when I just did that. When I moved the lamp down, the exposure looked like that. So this is our cavern. Very kawaii. Let me go back to how I had this. So kawaii. Alright, everybody. I think that's going to be it for DM Dungeon Mastery tonight. I think we're about out of energy on the stream here anyway, so I think it's about high time I call it a night here. I'm gonna take a shower. We made a map though. We'll have to do this again. Yeah, brother. Thanks for hanging out with me, brother. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for mentioning the exposure also. I did not realize the exposure was, or the autofocus, I mean. I didn't realize the autofocus was autofocusing the whole time. Yeah, you know how it is. I mean, what are you going to do, right? I need to get more erasers, because I want to start drawing more maps. I want to get better at it. It's like a fine art that comes to drawing maps. It's an art that I've not mastered yet. but I plan on it. Alright, everybody. It's been DM Dungeon Mastery. And as always, I am not saying good night. I am just saying it is indeed time to hit the Oregon Trail. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.